and most of them have accepted to come so that they will use that platform to expose what their various countries have for the world. We hope that at the same time, it will provide additional opportunity to showcase our rich culture and tourism potential. As the largest market and the most populous country on the African continent, Nigeria possesses strong demographic dynamics in addition to vast natural resources, which translates into significant economic potentials. All this makes Nigeria one of the most attractive emerging market economies, and indeed, one of the fastest growing economies in the world.
As investments are expected to rise, the capital market's ability to absorb financial shocks are also investors' concern. This includes monetary policy decisions that affect key sectors.
The regulators, especially the CBN and the SEC, have implemented a number of rules to make sure that some of the root causes of the meltdown we saw in 2008 are properly regulated and the risks are mitigated. So margin loans, share buyback, restrictions on the types of securities that you can take margin loans on, greater enforcement with regards to activity of operators. All of these things have helped, and as you know, the stock exchange itself has done its bit to make sure that we enforce our rules, that we come up with new rules that put a bright light on what is right and what is wrong. And we continue to come up with new rules. We wrote about 30 rules last year alone. AMCON has cleaned up the banking system. As you know, bank stocks are the most active stocks on the exchange. So there's been a lot of cleanup, a lot of regulation, and a lot of efforts to create transparency in the system. Our markets returned 47% last year, 2013, and in 2012, 35%. These numbers are quite impressive by international standards. We continue to remain one of the top 10 performing exchanges in the world. And we were able to let the investors know that as you come to invest in Nigerian markets and in the Nigerian economy, a listing option should also be on the table with regards to using local financing to drive some of the expansion, some of the new initiatives, some of the infrastructure projects that these international investors would be looking to unfold in Nigeria.
The world is going through a tightening period, monetary tightening. You're also beginning to see the impact of oil discoveries in various parts of the world, the shale oil, gas, and so on. In the midst of all of that, you also have declining oil demand for oil. So when you consider all of these things, it cannot be business as usual for any segment of the world, including Nigeria and the rest of the world. So yes, it would be nice to listen and be part of the discussions to shape the future of not just the world, but the part of the world in which we live.
The continual expansion of the different sectors of the economy also provides immense opportunities.
The ICT sector, in terms of growth, it's a tremendous growth opportunity. And because we have, even though we've done very well, we still have very huge areas of opportunity in the ICT sector. For instance, we need to build our broadband infrastructure. That's a big opportunity. We need to have more Nigerians owning devices. And we said we're not going to import them anymore. That's a big opportunity. We have a lot of young software developers who are innovative and creative, who need venture capital. That's another big opportunity. So we're going to use this whole being here at Davos to encourage more investors to know more about Nigeria, more about the ICT sector, and hopefully bring them into Nigeria.
The economics speaks for itself. A country that requires 15,000 megawatts with 5,000 installed capacity, okay, privatizing its own infrastructure. Surely, if anybody is looking for a great opportunity, they have a fantastic opportunity in Nigeria. Because how many businesses do you ever see where the day you start, you know you have 75% of your demands yet to fill? You know, and there are very few destinations in the world that have anything like our own resource base, our own growth product like we do. Nigeria is a $350 billion economy, but we still run diesel generators. It's actually an anomaly. So from a business perspective, there's probably no better place to invest in power like Nigeria in the world today.
Over 200 international and local journalists will be in Nigeria for the World Economic Forum Africa, and Channels Television is the host broadcaster.
You're talking about a huge conglomerate in the media industry, European Broadcasting Union, CNN, Bloomberg, and CNBC and Reuters, AP. Look at the myriad of equipment here. These are the things that we have to put in place as well. It's going to cost us a lot of money. We've been working on that for some time. We're also seeking sponsors to help us, and we've been having very good responses from corporate Nigeria and from the state governments in Nigeria. And we are also going to be extending the technical expertise to some of our friends abroad to join us and join hands with us in making sure that the WEF Africa is a success. We are not leaving any stone unturned. We are going to be more than ready. We're working day and night. We've set up a committee to look into this over a period of time. We have a couple of consultants who've been asked to join the fray. And, it's all coming together, but it's a huge responsibility on our neck.
Nigeria will be in the spotlight of domestic and international investors as the world converges on the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for the World Economic Forum Africa in May. This event provides an opportunity for economic diplomacy for Nigeria, as a successful hosting of the event, according to economic watchers, will further boost the appreciation of Nigeria's economic reforms. It will also enable the country attract new investment and strengthen efforts to diversify the country's production base, generate employment, and attain the goal of inclusive growth.